Yes, Dave has outlined some of the some of the benefits that we can expect to see from AVB compliant products and from networks that are designed from the ground up, as it were, to be AVB networks in the future. And what I'd like to do is kick off the panel discussion element of proceedings, is just ask each member of the panel, possibly not you, Jerry, it's purely optional, okay? If you're nervous and whatever, not sure you've really got anything to contribute, we can always skip you, just let me know. But just to give us a little outline as to why their company is signed up to to AVB and to the AVnu Alliance, what's in it for them, and the products that they make. I think when we did the first discussion at ISE, there were about maybe 8 or 10 member companies, and that's every time we do it, the number has gone up, and I know that there are other discussions going on with the manufacturers all the time. So it's interesting to see, always interesting to see what it is that's driven each company to become part of this. John, would you like to sort of make a start and let us know what's in it for Audinate?
Absolutely. For those of you who know Dante, it's pretty obvious why we're interested in AVnu, because it's just a natural extension of the products that we've already developed based on TCP/IP and the Ethernet standards. And we feel that the AVB standard is really going to lead to more opportunities for all members of AVB. And as David mentioned before, it also is going to open up more markets for us that we, as a group, haven't been able to infiltrate yet because of price or because of technology. So that's really why we're excited about AVB, and we want to support the AVnu Alliance group.
Dave, if you have any voice left?
Yes, I think I can come up with a sentence or two more.
Right.
Avid is, we feel like we're still beginners to some extent in the live business. We're in the video business as well. A technology that can unite both of those is very appealing to us, and particularly a technology that can increase the integration between devices. The rest of the products in Avid's product line are all about integration. They're all about how do you integrate the different steps that professionals have to take in studio production or in post-production, or when they're sharing video between multiple different editors or contributors. And we've really approached the live sound business in the same way. We feel like the consoles that we're doing are exciting, and we're proud to present them as standalone products, but we really feel that the long game is about how they integrate with everything else and how they help to turn all of the products that professionals have to deploy into part of a single system that they can really control easily and get the most out of. So, consoles being at the center in many live sound systems and the hub where all of the signals traffic and route back and forth, it's just a natural for us that we want to be involved with the networking standard that's most likely to enable that for the greatest number of people.
Adam, you've been making a lot of notes there. I don't know whether that's just for show or whether it's going to result in anything of interest. But if you finished your mint, do you want to maybe give us the Harman perspective?
There are so many reasons, really. And David, of course, alluded to many of the technical reasons why AVB. Sorry, I'll go now. AVB makes the technology so appealing. But one of my favourites that's not a technical answer is the fact that we have a very fractured industry today. The desire to get audio, media, video across a network has generated business models for companies to develop their own proprietary audio protocols. And that leaves us as a manufacturer with a choice. And there are three answers, really. There's either we decide to support one or two protocols and go headlong into those, and that passes on a cost implication in that it leaves us out of some system choices. If we only support one and there's a particular system that is settled on a different audio protocol, well, then our products are not selected for that system. There's a second cost implication if we support all of them, because then of course we have to do the R&D in order to support all of the different technologies. These cost implications are passed on to our customers. The third choice, always my favourite, and this is where I embarrass Lee, is that we could ask Lee to, as LabX, to develop all the cards for us, and that usually ends up being the most expensive solution. That's the way Lee likes to do it. But again, the cost implication is passed on to the customers. So if we have a free, just standard Ethernet mechanism of transmitting audio across a system, then there is no cost to pass on to our customers, and our system solutions have become far more attractive.
Lee, you've been passed the baton there.
Do I get a rebuttal?
I think this is your opportunity to correct the perception that Adam has perpetrated, that basically LabX charges a lot of money for its services.
So, no,
that's a 10, Jerry.
No, add a 0.
A can of Diet Coke.
Yeah. So, you know, we're kind of a company behind the companies. We work with a number of manufacturers throughout the industry. See some of you I wish I didn't see. But the you know, the honest answer is that we've done, as Adam alluded to, other than the price, the myriad of proprietary technologies out there, and the value we see in AVB is that it answers both audio and video in working with our manufacturers. And with potential manufacturers in video, you know, there's a convergence in the industry, and to have a standard that can do both is incredibly important to the growth of the industry. And I mean, certainly for ourselves as design services, the more successful manufacturers are, the more business there is for us, the more business there is for manufacturers to sell to end customers. So really, our involvement in AVB and AVnu is to promote that growth throughout the industry.
Thank you, Jerry. Do you have anything, or is it just going to be too embarrassing? It says here that you're not on call. Are you on call, really?
I can be.
You go on. Just give it a go.
We have a product called Matrix 3, which is about 10 years old at Meyer Sound, and we were replacing that digital audio platform with a new system. And our previous product worked with some of the other proprietary protocols, and we too had to build cards to go in our system to adapt to those protocols. And when we were developing our new digital audio platform, we kind of had a mandate from John Meyer to go out there and really look and see if somebody was actually working on kind of a one cohesive standard that was not proprietary. And we were lucky to run into Rick Kreufeld from Harman at a trade show, and started discussions with him, and brought those discussions back to our engineering team and to the company, and they were very well embraced. And that was probably a couple of years ago now, and we're fully behind working with AVB because it solves an infinite number of problems for us as a manufacturer, and we're aware of how specifications work in systems. And you may want to use some company's product for one component and other companies for another. And in the past, that has been a real difficult challenge to get them to interoperate. And we see AVB as the answer to that.
I'm pleasantly surprised. That was very coherent and quite informative, Jerry. Thank you. Ed, we'll come to you. Come to you last, but it's been alluded to by a couple of the other panelists already just how important it is that this is not just an alliance of audio companies, it's not just video companies. XMOS is a silicon maker. Why is AVB important to your company?
Well, as you said, XMOS is a silicon maker, and we make programmable chips which can do any number of things. So in fact, the same chip could do a USB audio interface as AVB. We first came out with an AVB endpoint complete solution a year and a half ago. Well before the days of AVnu Alliance, and the reason we were able to do that is because even the hardware is just written in software. And so we've been talking to customers since then about AVB, and is mostly in the context of an audio endpoint. And what we've seen is the interest has been a lot of obviously pro audio users, which is one of the focuses of this show. But there's been a lot of customers in other sort of parts of the industries, such as automotive. And even industrial, and they've been in a wait and see mode. So like any new standard, people want to see a certain momentum behind the standard before it's really fully adopted. Everyone sort of pulls the switch on it. So we see the AVnu Alliance primary goal in really driving forward the standard and gaining that adoption, and making sure people feel comfortable that there's enough momentum behind the standard. So that's why we're here today.
And I think it's important to stress also that I think it perhaps was part of Dave's presentation, but because you've been making AVB compliant chips, and there are, many thousands of these chips out there, or how many I don't know, but AVB is not something that that will soon appear on a product near you. I mean, it is, but the infrastructure, if you like, is already out there because there are so many chips that are compliant. Is that correct?
That's right. So I mean, you can go to the web and have a look at two of the major chip suppliers for switches, Broadcom and Marvell. In fact, you can go down and see Avid's stand here and see a Marvell powered AVB chipset there. And so there are tens of millions of ports out there, AVB ready, and it's just a question of the manufacturers deciding to market that and turn on that capability. So it's all out there and ready to go. And as a consequence, you are seeing momentum from the equipment developers who build the endpoints which talk to the network, and that's really starting to kick off now.
Okay, excellent. Some more.